discussing the angles formed by parallel line cut by a transversal. So before we discuss, let us define what is parallel line. So pag sinabi natin parallel lines, this is a line or lines on a plane that never meet, and they are always the same distance apart. In illustration, ito yung ating tinatawag na parallel lines, and how to name that? We are using this symbol to indicate that two lines are parallel. So for example, we name this line as line 1 and the second one is line 2. So in symbol, we can say that line 1 is parallel to line 2. Next is transversal. So ano ba yung transversal? It is a line that intersects two or more lines at different points. So in illustration, this line or yung line na naghati sa ating parallel lines, yan yung tinatawag natin na transversal. But take note that transversal is not only the line which cut a parallel lines. It can be non-parallel lines. But we will focus only in this topic wherein we have only parallel lines which is cut by a transversal, and ano yung mga different angles na mapo-form natin when that line cut the parallel line. And in parallel line, we have here the interior part and the exterior. So remember, yung nasa gitna or between two lines that are parallel, ito yung tinatawag natin na interior part. While yung mga nasa labas naman, these are the exterior part of the parallel line. Now let us discuss what are the different angles formed by parallel lines when it is cut by a transversal. So let us have an example. If parallel line is cut by a transversal, take note that we have different angles formed. So pangalanan muna natin siya ng angle 1, angle 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we have 8 different angles. Okay, next. So the first two angles that we can form are alternate interior and alternate exterior angle. So let us define first what is alternate interior angle. So when we say alternate interior, these are two angles that lie between parallel lines on opposite sides of the transversal. So based sa ating definition, interior, ibig sabihin, ito lang ang ating pinag-uusapan or between the two parallel lines. Then, we have also another clue which is the word opposite side of the transversal. Ibig sabihin, if this is our transversal and these are the angles between two parallel lines, ano dito yung nasa opposite side of the transversal. Okay, now let us have the first set of angles which are alternate interiors. So we have angle 3 and angle 6. So bakit siya yung ating first alternate interior? Because these two angles are lying between our parallel lines and these are on opposite side of the transversal. So meaning ang ating second set of angles are angle 4 and angle 5. So as you can see, they have the same color para ma-illustrate natin that they are the pairs of angles which are alternate interior. So we have only two. Now let us have the second pair of angles. So we have the alternate exterior angles. So by definition, when we say alternate exterior angles, these are two angles that lie outside the parallel lines on opposite sides of the transversal. So by its definition, this time, ang hinahanap nating pairs of angles are lying outside the parallel lines or exterior part of the parallel lines. So we all know that the part of the parallel lines which is considered exterior are this part, and dito naman sa baba ay itong part na to. And the second clue is that they are lying on opposite side of the transversal. So the same with alternate interior, if this is our transversal, nasa opposite side sila nito. Okay, so let us name the first set. We have angle 1 and angle 8. So exterior and on opposite side of our transversal. Then our second set is angle 2 and angle 7. So yan yung tinatawag natin na alternate interior and alternate exterior angles. Next, so we have two kinds of angle. And the third and the fourth one is what we call the same side interior and the same side exterior. So when we say the same side interior and exterior angles, its definition is that these angles are lying on the same side of the transversal. So both interior and exterior, this is their definition. The only difference is that when we say interior, same side of the transversal, which is between the two parallel lines. Then when we say exterior, these are lying on the same side of the transversal but outside the parallel lines. So let us name the set of angles which are the same side interior angles. So we have angle 3 and angle 5. So bakit naging angle 3 and 5? Since interior angles ang pinag-uusapan natin, we have these two angles between the parallel lines. And then, if this is our transversal, they are on the same side. Ibig sabihin, the other set of angles is angle 4 and angle 6. Okay, next. So we have only two sets since we have only 4 angles. The next set of angles are same side exterior angles. When we say same side exterior, these are angles outside the parallel lines and they are on the same side of the transversal. So the first example is angle 1 and angle 7. So same side and then they are outside the parallel line. And the second set is angle 2 and angle 8. So again, these are the third and the fourth kinds of angle which is formed when parallel line is cut by a transversal. We have alternate interior and exterior. Then we have the same side interior and exterior angle. So the last one is what we call the corresponding angle. So when we say corresponding angle, by definition, these are two angles that occupy corresponding position. Or the simple term is that ito yung two angles which are on the same position in our parallel line. Okay, so we have the first example. For you to understand, we have angle 1 and angle 5. So, bakit angle 1 and angle 5? So, if this is our first line and the second line, which are parallel, this angle is the same in position with this angle. Ibig sabihin, angle 1 and angle 5 are in corresponding position. Second example, we have angle 2 and angle 6. So, ganun pa rin. So, angle 1 and angle 5, sa kabilang side, same naman ang position ang angle 2 and angle 6. And the third one is angle 3 and angle 7. So, if angle 3 is below the first line, the same angle with that is angle 7, which is also below the second line. Next is angle 4 and angle 8, which is the last example. So, we have this angle on the other side, same din sa ating angle 3, but on the other side. And angle 8 is the same with its position. So, we have only 5. We have alternate interior, alternate exterior, same side interior, same side in exterior, and the last one is corresponding angles. Okay, now let's talk about the special angle relationship when lines are parallel. The first one is that alternate interior angles are congruent. Meaning, so let us have an example here. We have angle 3 and angle 6. When we say congruent, that means they have the same angle measure. So whatever is the measure of angle 3, so let's say angle 3 will be 60 degrees. That means angle 6 will also be 60 degrees because they are congruent. So yan yung una nating angle relationship. Then the second one is alternate exterior angles are also congruent. So, ibig sabihin, the same din sila ng measure. If we have angle 1 and the alternate exterior angle, which is paired to angle 1, is angle 8, meaning angle 1 and angle 8 here have the same measurement. The third one is same side interior angles are supplementary. And when we say supplementary, that means yung angle nila is may measure na 180 degrees when we add. So let us have an example. Let's say we have angle 3 and angle 5. When we add these two, or the angle measure of these two, it should be equal to 180 degrees since they are supplementary. So let's say this is 100 degrees, then angle 5 should be 80 degrees. And then the last one is same side exterior angles are also supplementary. And as an example, let us have angle 2 and angle 8. Ibig sabihin, if angle 2 again measures 100 degrees, then angle 8 should be 80 degrees. So meron lang tayong apat na special angle relationship when lines are parallel. But take note that if the lines are not parallel, then these angle relationships do not exist or they are not applicable. Okay, now let us have an activity regarding the angle relationship and the different angle form when parallel line is cut by a transversal. This time, I gave you angle measure. And ang gagawin natin is we have to find the measure of each missing angles. Given that we have 110 degrees as the measurement of one of the angles. So kung meron tayong 8 angles formed when parallel line is cut by a transversal and the first angle is given, we have to find the measurement of 7 angles which is in this parallel line cut by a transversal. So if this is 110 and this is located here, this part is the alternate exterior angle, and according to special angle relationship, if this is 110, then this part is also 110 since they are congruent, meaning this is 110. Next, if we have already this measure and gamitin natin to ulit na clue, if this is 110, then this part is what we call the corresponding angle. And sabi, corresponding angles have the same measure or they are congruent. Ibig sabihin, this part is also 110. Okay, next. So as you can see, we already named one of the angles which is lying between the parallel lines. Ibig sabihin, if this is 110, then opposite to that angle which is also between the parallel line is what we call the alternate interior angle. And alternate interior angles are always congruent. Ibig sabihin, if this is 110, then this angle is also 110. Okay, next. Now, let us apply the definition or the relationship between the same side interior angles. Sabi kanina, if two angles are on the same side of the transversal, then they are supplementary or the sum of their angles is equal to 180 degrees. If this is 110, then this angle is 70 degrees. So 110 plus 70, we have 180 degrees. Okay, next. If this is 70 and 70 or this angle and the alternate interior angle which is this one, ibig sabihin, they are congruent. So the measure of this angle is also 70. So next, we have two remaining missing angles. So let us name this part. If this is 70 and this angle are corresponding, ibig sabihin they have the same measure, then this angle is also the same with this measurement, or this is 70. Okay, last one. If this is 70 and the missing angle is the alternate exterior angle, meaning they are congruent, and this is 70, so the same with that angle, this is also 70. So ganyan lang ang pagkuha ng angle measurement if the lines are parallel. But take note again, if these lines are not parallel, then those special angle relationship that we discussed is not applicable.